Hey YouTube, I am hanging out with my cousin Tremont, and he's having a conference from the 12th to the 15th of this month, and we want you guys to come out. It's very, very serious. It's called Getting Over Daddy's Issues. Tremont, can you kind of give us some information on this conference?
It's actually the second annual Getting Over Your Daddy Issues conference. We know as a society and especially in our African American culture that we have a lot of ills, and it's been traced back, to the lack of the father being in the home. God is a God of order, and He had a particular order of how things should be. And when you have the order messed up or the person out of position, what's amazing when Adam sinned and him and Eve sinned and they fell out of God's glory, he said, Adam, where art thou? It wasn't that God didn't know where he was at. It was just the fact that Adam had got out of his position that God had put him in. Mm-hmm. So him being out of position created, brought sin into the world and created so much havoc in how God had already designed Eden. It created so much turmoil that, we're suffering from it right now. So not having the men in the position that they need to be in the lives of not only their wives, but their children and in society has created the mess that we're in now. And it's imperative that we get the information out. What's amazing is that I've said that I've been an educated and intellectual fool because I fell for the trap. I fell for the banana and tailpipe that fathers are not that important in the household. Like, if something happens to me, if I go to prison or I die, their mothers will take care of it. And I fell victim to that for such a long time, but through just research and also God's revelation of what my position is and who I am in, not only in my children's life, but in my wife's life and just in society as a whole, I've learned that it's a calling on my life to help out other young men not to make the mistakes that I made and not fall victim of what the trick of the enemy, mm-hmm. and even just what the culture is saying is okay. They're saying, telling women that they can do it by themselves and telling men that, you're not necessary. And it's created an environment that has limited, the growth of not only our culture, but our nation and the world for real in the whole. This is a worldwide epidemic. It's not just an American or African American. It's a worldwide epidemic where men are being demasculated and being, minimized in so many areas. So it's a Getting Over Your Daddy's Issue. It's like you said, it's going on from this Wednesday through the Saturday. We're going to have the first topic is called Blended Family. It's called, the question is, and I pose the question, is your family integrated or segregated? Separate but not equal, meaning that because men have, father children out of wedlock, or even had children and wind up leaving or being divorced, we now, I think the statistics saying that probably around 25 to 30% is blended families, meaning, mm-hmm. and that creates a whole dynamic of how you raise your children, because you're dealing with, not only are you dealing with your wife now, but you're dealing with those children's parent, whoever it may be, the father or the mother, how they raise their children in their house while they're over there. So it's a huge dynamic, and it's a lot of things that has to come into play for it to be successful. Yeah. And so we want to tackle that. We also want to tackle the portion of on Thursday night that you're speaking, and we want to get a woman's point of view, because last year we had a whole women's panel, we had a men's panel, but we thought the most impactful was the women speaking, mm-hmm. because men understood that we had been taken out of the picture. But when you get it from a woman's point of view of how it's affected them with their children, or how it affected them if they didn't have their father, if they did have their father, what the relationship with their fathers was, it brought it brought a sense of urgency, and also it was an epiphany for some people. People didn't know that, man, it was this impactful, or I didn't know that was my issue. Some women didn't even know that that may be their issue, or that's why they chose them deadbeats or them bums, or that's why, you know, they're going through many struggles because of the men that they did choose, or altogether sometimes saying that they didn't need a man, you know, and God designed it by a particular way. It's not that I designed it. It's not that I said, okay, this is how it is. God said it should be husband and wife, and that's how he designed it. So he didn't do it. It wasn't by happenstance. It was by design. He understood that it's parameters and orders and everything. And he's a God of order, and so he understands what needs to happen. So we wanted to get a woman's point. So in this, we're calling that night, Adam, where are they?
Yes, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Most of my videos are conversations that we have, that we talk about.
Right.
When I think of a woman being the head of a household, even now, if I hear a bump or a noise, I'm like, oh God, I don't want to see what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It'll be, and to some women, it's like foreign to even think that a man could run a household. Because I hear so many women saying, I don't need no man. What I need a man for? I don't need no man.
Right.
And then their children, their daughters start saying, I don't want no man. I don't need no man.
Right.
So when they birth sons, they don't want to be no man.
Right. Exactly.
So then when you look at that, the way it's just impacting like the world, it's like we definitely need to do something.
That's right.
Not only just talk about it, come up with solutions. So I'm like, I cannot wait.
And it's going to be solutions going to be given at this conference. Is just not information. It's actually, we want to walk it out and make it practical. We want to tell you, hey, these are some of the things that we did, or some of the things that we've heard through research that will impact your life. Like you said, it's conversations that we have about how society has minimized the role of a man, and also just demasculated men, but also emasculated women, made women more masculine, made them have to be everything. Yeah. And that's, you know, and I'm not saying that a woman, I know some fantastic single mothers, you one of them, that do a fantastic job, but God created it a certain way. So it's just like anything. You should follow the manufacturer. When if somebody makes your car, they tell you need to put this particular kind of oil or this particular kind of gas in for the most. Not saying that your car won't ride if you put the 83 octane, but if they're saying that you need to put premium in, it gets the optimal performance. It's going to perform better if you do it. You have to go to the manufacturer. You have to find out. So if God said, the manufacturer who created us, he said this is the best way, that's what it is. It's the best way. And you said, when you said a bump in the night, men are called to be the priest, protector, provider to their home. Yeah. And those are the things that God has instructed us to be. And he also said that we should love our wives as Christ loved the church, meaning that we are literally willing to lay our life down, literally and figuratively, meaning dying to ourselves. So what's important to our family and our wives is more paramount than ourselves.
So Tremont, give us some information about what will be going on each day again.
Okay. Like I said, the first day will be the blended family session. We're touching bases on blended family, how you coexist, how you co-parent, and just dealing with the dynamics of being in a blended family. You know, a lot of times they call it an integrated family, but a lot of times it's not integrated. It's actually segregated, meaning that this is my child, that's your child, you deal with him, I deal with her, and it creates conflict, it creates tension, and it divides the family. So, you know, we want to touch bases on, give some examples of how not to do it, but also how to do it. We want to give some answers. And then, like I said, we're going to do it. That'll be Wednesday. And on Thursday, the all-women's panel. It's open to everybody, but it's an all-women's panel because we know women, you know, have some insight, and they, you know, God gave them the ability to bring forth. That's why they give birth, so they can bring forth. And they're going to present it and just tell them how either if their relationship with their father was strained or non-existent, how it affected them, or how it affects some of their co-workers and friends and families, or if they're raising children as single mothers, how not having a father inside the home and not even involved impacted this, and how much of a strain or how much of a challenge it has been, you know. And then we'll, you know, talk about how, and that's why we called it Adam, where art thou? Because, you know, he's out of position. The man is out of position where God has put him in, and how it should be. So, and that would be on Thursday night. But on Friday, we got a special treat for the youth, because we also understand that it impacts not only the husband and the wife, but it impacts these children. You know, and we want to hear them. You know, we want to give them a voice, so we can understand how we can correct it through them, because, you know, they have some ideas of how to correct it and what some of the things are. So we're calling that identity thief, because I've known through history, because that's my thing, and reading the Bible, it's always, a child is always identified by their father, like the son of or daughter of. And if you just go through, they you know, you are recognized through, even in our culture, even in the streets, you know. And that was one of the things with my problem. I was trying to create my own niche or my own brand, because my father was there, but he wasn't there. He wasn't involved. He didn't teach me anything, because he was living his life. But I wanted to create my own mark. You know, I wanted to create my own niche. So, and create my identity, because in actuality, my father wasn't known. So I wanted to create that, and that's what happens, you know. Children they're struggling to find their identity. That's why they get involved in things and get involved in gangs and other activities, because they're trying to find themselves and find out who they are. And it's for the man to give the child confidence, but the wife and the mother to give them nurturing. So that's why God made it a twofold aspect. That's why it should be two people, because we have different jobs in raising children. So we're going to ask the children, if you know, if they wasn't raised with their father in the house, or if they were, is the father, you know, hitting the mark? Is he doing what he needs to be doing? Or if he's not, how does it affect them? And also, do they have any friends, family members that you see the adverse effect of not having their father involved? And then we're going to wrap it up with a closed session, men's only, uncut. We're going to have Elder Fletcher. This man has raised some successful men. He had 2 sons in the NFL. One of them win the Super Bowl. You know, so, and he's just going to give it in the raw of how to be a man. You know, and share some of his stories of how he raised his children. Not only how did he raise his own children, but he also raised children in the neighborhood. There's testimonies that we've heard from guys saying that Mr. Fletcher, you know, taught them how to be a man also. So we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna do our part to try to impact and change the perception and make it a reality. People are so big on reality television. You know what I mean? Like I've always said, people can deal with rockets and dreams, but they don't know, they can't deal with reality. They'll deal with what's, quote, reality on television, and they shy away from the real. They run away from the real reality of what's going on. That's why, like me and you talk about it all the time. People don't, they act as if they don't know this is, I didn't know there was an issue. I didn't know, you know, I don't know why I chose that bum, or why I didn't, because your father was a bum, or whatever it may have been. Or I don't know why I got involved in, you know, early say. All the numbers just, it's astounding, because when I tell you that, they said that, and this is something, you know, I know everybody heard the ones about, you know, incarceration and things of that nature. But it's statistics that's saying that if the biological father is not in the household, a young lady is likely to have her period 2 years earlier than if somebody would, if the biological father was in the house. You know,
I read that.
They also said, like, she's more likely, the children are more likely to be obese if the father's not in the household. You know, it's some stark things that, you know, we hear about the prison, we hear about, you know, the kids not more likely to graduate and things of that nature. So those are stark. Those are things that are imperative and important that we tackle. But some of these things that I've been learning is you know, is disheartening, but it's also good that we as individuals understand that we can't wait on anyone to fix us.
Yeah.
We gotta pray to God and ask for the strength and the insight and the knowledge and the platform to do these things. We need to be able to address these things. So,
you know, I think nobody really asks the youth what they think.
That's right.
Is if the mother and the father broke up, you the kid, you just have to deal with it.
Exactly.
And you know,
they kids, they have to deal with that.
It's just what it is.
Right.
But when my mother and father broke up, I began to be my mother's partner versus my mother's daughter.
Yes, yes.
So I began to be her partner. I was no longer a kid.
Right.
So I made a video years ago about I'm glad to take the S off my chest.
That's right.
Because not only did I have to grow up, I had to take care of children that was not mine. Not only did I have to take care of them, I had to look out for them. Right. So a woman in the hood without a father, either you're going to have tough skin or you're going to get ran over.
Right.
Ran over, ran through.
Exactly.
So you have to, for real, you know. So I think a lot of times you look at women, even women that I see now dressing like boys and acting like boys. Where your daddy at?
That's
Ain't
right.
got no daddy.
That's right.
So in order to, for real, keep the wolves off you, you got to get a little tough.
That's
you
right.
have to get aggressive.
Right.
Even when you shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when you shouldn't have to, you have to become your own protector and your own provider. Because when my father was at my house, everybody already knew how my daddy got down.
That's right.
Don't look at me, don't try to talk to me, nothing. As soon as my daddy, hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Because they knew I was no longer protected.
Protected.
I was just left out.
That's right.
You know, just like I gotta protect myself.
Right.
And a lot of mothers don't look at it like that. I gotta go to work, your daddy ain't here, so you gotta take care of your brothers and sisters. You gotta cook, you gotta do this. When I get home, this better be this way. So you start making the child your partner.
Exactly. You lose your childhood.
Yeah.
You're not allowed the normal childhood that other ethnicities or even other cultures or social economic backgrounds are afforded to have.
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. You become that partner. You become where she would come home and tell dad how it was or what went on or what's going on or what's wrong with the children. She came home and put that pressure on you. So you had to become more masculine.
Yes.
So you lost some of that, what God had made you. God, he made us perfect in His image. But sometimes through experience and lack of knowledge, lack of knowing, not knowing, as men, even, and I like I tell everybody, I don't like to go into a history, but history is history. As African American men, our manhood we were always demasculated. Yeah. They never called us sir. They always called us uncle. If we got old enough, they were uncle. Even they bred slaves. So that means you didn't have to take care of your child. Master said, I'll take care of you. You go on and do whatever you want to do. Yeah. So that messed up the whole dynamics of the family, where because the woman had to protect her family, because if the man spoke up, master would kill him. Yeah. If in the event that if they had the border, she can border sexually. Yeah. She wasn't a threat. She can verbalize how she felt. She could protect her children from master, but the man couldn't because they didn't kill him. And it spilled on through just generations where men started losing things and we lost our way. Got away from the word of God and lost our way. Lost our way in our position, and in turn we lost our family. And by losing the family, we have lost a couple generations. And that's just what it is. Yeah. So
when you look at men, and if I was a son versus a daughter. Right. So then a mother would come home and lay on her son's shoulder.
That's right.
And then he becomes the man of the house. That's right. And that's why you look at a lot of women and you think of these mama's boys, because they were the only partner that these women had.
That's correct.
So they burdens, their joys, their sadness, their woes, they put it upon their sons. Right. So when their sons got wives, the mothers hated these women.
That's right.
Not only did they hate them, they were jealous of them. They were envious of them, especially if they didn't remarry or get somebody. You're taking my partner.
That's right.
You are taking my partner. So this is going to be massive. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
I'm looking forward to it. I know you're gonna do your thing, cuz,
yeah.
And I hope, you know, I hope everybody comes out, because I know everybody, if it's not, even if you don't, even, because I admit I have father issues that I have to get over. And
we all do.
And some people may not want to admit it. If you know somebody that has a father issue, you should invite them out. It's just, and come out and hear it, because it may be something that it may be a nugget that may help you out, or may help save your family, or save someone you may know. So this is the only way we heal. The only way we're going to fix our situation is if we get involved and help change it. And that's it.
So what's the price of this event?
This is absolutely free. You know,
absolutely
free. And when I say free is nothing like free. We all know that.
We like free.
We like free, and it's absolutely free. It's going to be at 14 Village Square, Hazelwood, Missouri. Hazelwood, Missouri. Well, St. Louis, Missouri, but Hazelwood to be, you know, if you want to be accurate.
Right.
Number 14 Village Square at Victory Outreach Ministries Church. You know, we're biblically based, but we're actively engaged. You know, we understand that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's our, you know, as representatives of Christ, we have to make a change in the world, and you can't just keep talking about it. You got to be about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I thank God, you know, and I tell everybody, I'm not speaking from an abstract portion of not saying, you know, I've lived a for real life, so I understand the effects of, you know, what my father didn't do, and also even the mistakes I made with my own children. And I'm what, like you said, the chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah. And
that's it. That's what with us not being involved, me and not being in that position, the chicken are coming home to roost. So we're reaping what we're reaping what we sowed. So
yeah.
So that's what's going on. It's like I said, it's this Wednesday through Saturday, and I'm telling you to invite, you know, your mothers, your fathers, cousins, aunties, whatever way you may be able to spread this word, and come out and get a word, and get a nugget, and get an experience, and say, well, you know what? I was there in the Genesis when it started, and we started to change how we see things and how we do things.
Yeah.
It's always good to be on the ground floor, cause you know that.
Oh, you already know.
I know you
already know.
I already know.
So guys, I am challenging you to share this video on your Facebook page. A lot of times people who watch these videos are not in St. Louis.
Right.
So we're going to tell them to share the video anyway. Share it on their Facebook, share it on their Twitter, on their Instagram, just share it on YouTube. Just keep, you know, the video moving along so people that is in the area can come.
Yes.
Now, what we're definitely going to have to do, because I get like emails, at least 100 emails every day, you know, about family issues, relationship issues, children issues, and the people who are not here, we need to have this videotaped.
So what we're going to do, we're going to record this, but me and Keisha are going to start doing probably a weekly thing where we talk about issues, and it may not just be family issues; it could be issues across the board.
That'll be fun.
That we're going to dissect and really give some answers, and actually, you know, we're going to try to change things through, you know, dialogue.
Yep.
Because we got dialogue, because we understand, and when I tell you, men, and you know, I can't speak for, you know, to the women. I can speak to the women, but for the men, I've lived a life that, what you may talk about, I've lived it, been through it, but through the revelation of God, I understood my importance now. You know, I was always did manly things. I always provided, but I just wasn't mature enough until God revealed His Word, and He gave me what my position was and how important I was. Not only in my family, but in society as a whole, and what I was supposed to do. You know, you lead by being a servant. You're a servant leader. That's what Christ was. He was a servant leader. So you have to serve first to lead. So that's it.
Definitely, you know, I want everybody who knows a man to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Only because our daughters, who would they marry?
That's it. Ooh,
who would they marry?
We talked about that the other day.
Who would they marry?
What's going to happen?
So if it's no men that's leading these boys to be men, our daughters will be single.
Exactly. And that's my job. You know, that's my calling to help men become men. You know, because for such a long time, I had nobody to help me. But you know, God has blessed me, and I gotta pass on the wealth. I gotta pay it forward, because that's just what they say to do. That's the only way we can do it.
It's only right. You
It's
know what I'm
only
saying?
because, hey.
It's only right.
So for real. So I appreciate my cousin for giving me this opportunity. I appreciate her for coming out, because I know she gonna blow the spot down. So
I can't wait.
Hey, please don't miss it. If you're in the area, if you're in the 50-mile radius, 100-mile radius, make it out one of these nights. And then I'm telling you, if you have your children, you know, bring them out, especially for that Friday, but bring them out throughout the day. This is a family-friendly event, because it's touching the family. So whatever, it's not just because we're Christian. If you're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist, Jehovah's Witness, whomever, man, come out, because we understand this is a universal issue. It's not just a Christian issue, or an African American issue. This is a universal, worldwide issue. So let's start we get down the right road. We gotta start creating. We have to start getting back to what God has planned it for. We got to get back to eating, and that's what they say in Christianity. We got to get back to eating. That means God had a design, He had it perfectly set up, but we got to, you know, we like to get out of the pocket. We get out of the pocket. We get out of the pocket. We rebels, you know.
We got tired of being down the bricks of Babylon.
That's it.
We need to get back to eating.
We got to get back.
So definitely, thanks guys for watching. We will be back with you again. This is my cousin Tremont. Please come out. Come out to the church and spread the video, spread the word. It's only a couple of days, so it's Wednesday, from 7 to 9 each night. Wednesday, we're going to have the blended family. Thursday is going to be the women's panel. Friday will be a youth panel, and it's going to be impactful to the youth. And then Saturday morning, we're going to have a men's only. You know, just like they have players only meetings, when they say we're gonna get this together, we gotta have a players only meeting. Nobody else can come. We're having a men's only, so men can be accountable. They have to be accountable to men. And that's what we're gonna do. So this is gonna be at Village Square, 14 Village Square, Hazelwood, Missouri. It's right off 270. It's right off 270 in Lindbergh. I'm talking about. It's simple to get there. Victory Outreach Ministries Church. You know, where the pastor is Wayne Luster, and the first lady, the only lady, because he said ain't no more other ladies. You can't say church. The only lady is Sister Michelle Luster. So please come out. We're gonna, you know, it's gonna be impactful. It's gonna be something that's worth your while. It's absolutely free. It's free to gain something that God has for you. So come out and get it. And I put all the information in the description box, the time, the date. Everything. Make sure you come out, and we just want to see you out and pretty much just get everything in order. It's time to get everything in order. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going, because I made a video about that, and I made a video about how things are so out of order. You know, with the whole family structure. So definitely come out. We both us together, these Aquariuses, we'll go all day. We'll go all day. So we will put all the information in the description bar. Get any information. If you got any questions, inbox me. If you don't know how to get there, you know, I put the directions, everything that you need down. And I appreciate that, cuz. So anything. So like I said, she has my information, and we'll definitely make it public, and we'll make it happen. So please come out and get what God has for you. It's right there. It's here. The information is free. You know, a lot of times people try to charge you to give information. This is absolutely free, and it's going to, I bet you, it's going to impact your life, and it's going to change someone you know. And so don't hear about it. Be like, yeah, did you hear? Man, it was. No, be there and experience. For real. So we definitely can't wait to see you guys. So definitely come out, and I have all the information in the description box. If you have any questions for Tremont, make sure you can send them to my email. You can inbox me. I'll forward it to him, and we can just kind of chop it up and make videos on any questions that you may have. Especially women raising boys. Women raising children, period. So if you have any questions about anything, you know, y'all hit me on my inbox. You can hit it to Tremont Davis. So make sure if you guys got any questions, anything that's gonna stop you from being there. If you need a ride, call me.
Right.
So we'll definitely make sure you get there.
We definitely will.
Yeah. So have a good night, everybody.
All right, good night.
Peace.